Okay, this video is going to be for making triangles A and B. They're made exactly the same. The only difference is whether you're using a white 1 3/4 inch strip or gray 1 3/4 inch strip. So obviously A is the gray, B is the white. We're going to make it in a method very similar to what we used on our hexagons, being that we're going to leave that extra tail. I'll flip this face down. And of course, we're going to start at the bottom of the triangle and we're going to leave a 1/4 inch at the top of the triangle. I like to call the top and the bottom, I like my lines to run vertically. So the top is up here and of course the bottom is down here when the seams are running vertically. And leaving at least a 1/4 inch right there, so that we can attach our last side momentarily. When we fold this back, we're going to fold our white fabric, not our triangle, just to make it a little more manageable. Don't trim your tail, leave that on. You can see here this the angle won't be correct, so you'll have to go a little bit past here. Picture a little triangle. These are pretty straightforward as far as how to assemble. The hardest part is that these little triangles have to wiggle around in here. We'll go all the way to the edge this time. We only leave the 1/4 inch on our first side. Okay. You might want to fold that back, get it out of your way before we attach this last side. I like to flip that. And again, going a little past so that you don't lose the point on your triangle. This is a point where you may want to take yours and iron it. I normally iron it at this point just to make sure everything's laying flat, but my ironing board is set up in a good location for my camera, so I'm just going to skip that step this one time here. Okay. So this is the part where it gets a little tricky. You're going to take this first side, where you left your tail, you're just going to fold it straight over. And because this is so small, it's going to be difficult to make that lay flat. So what I like to do just to make it easier is I'm going to pop this one little seam right here, just one stitch, pull that apart so I can lay it flat. And this one is going to be a little tricky because I didn't iron it, but I think we've got it. So that's our guide for where we're going to cut right there along the edge of that, where we folded that edge down. Just going to line up, trim that, and then we're going to sew along this edge, 1/4 inch in from this edge, and we'll run right into our first seam. And then you're going to trim that up to the 5-inch mark on your ruler. And because a triangle does have 3 sides, and I like to trim from each edge evenly, if it looks like there's going to be, very much trimmed off, I will leave a little bit under the 5-inch mark so I can trim from all 3 sides. So in this one, there is a little bit. Just trim two sides. And then I'm going to trim that last side. And the main thing is just to make sure that your center line of your ruler goes through the center point of your little triangle. This time I'm going to line right up on that 5-inch mark, because these will be 5-inch finished triangles. My ruler accounts for the seam allowance. Hopefully yours does too. All right, and there we go. That is triangle B, and it's done the exact same way for triangle A, just with gray fabric as opposed to white.